Welcome to Private Stories, where people discover who they really are. My wife came home after 3 days away smiling like she had just won the lottery. It was past midnight in our house outside Denver, and I was half asleep on the couch when I heard the low hum of her silver SUV pulling into the driveway. I checked the clock. 12:47 a.m. Too late for a normal return. Too late for someone who claimed she was exhausted from meetings. The front door opened, and there she stood. Vanessa. Long dark hair falling over her shoulders. Green eyes glowing. Cheeks flushed. Phone in her hand. She was laughing. Not the polite social laugh she used at company dinners. Not the soft one she gave me when I told a bad joke. This one was bright, carefree, almost girlish. "Hey babe," she said, kicking off her heels. "You would not believe this trip." Her energy filled the room in a way it had not in years. She wore a fitted beige coat over a black dress that hugged her curves. Her lipstick slightly smudged. Her perfume stronger than usual. I stood and hugged her. "You seem happy," I said. "Maybe I should send you on business trips more often." She laughed again. But something flickered in her eyes. "Maybe," she said quickly. She grabbed her suitcase like it contained something fragile. "We're dangerous." As she walked toward the bedroom, she avoided my gaze. That was the first crack. Something in my chest tightened. The house went quiet. Too quiet. Her laughter stopped abruptly. I waited a few seconds. Then I followed. When I reached the bedroom door, I heard her whisper, "No, no, no. This cannot be happening." Her voice trembled. I stepped inside. She was sitting on the edge of the bed. Suitcase open. Face pale. Her earlier glow gone. "What is wrong?" I asked. She jumped. Shoved something into the suitcase. "Nothing. Just work stuff." Her voice did not match her face. "You look like you saw a ghost." "I am fine," she snapped a little too fast. She closed the suitcase hard. Brushed past me. Locked herself in the bathroom. And I stood there staring at the suitcase. My heart pounding. I had never doubted her before. Never searched. Never checked. But that night something inside me shifted. When the shower started running, I walked back into the bedroom. My hands felt cold. I told myself I was overreacting. I told myself I trusted her. Then I unzipped the suitcase. Inside were clothes, makeup, toiletries, and underneath, a small gift box wrapped in white paper with a thin red ribbon. No name, just a box. My pulse thudded in my ears. I opened it. Inside lay a black lace lingerie set. Delicate, provocative, nothing she had ever worn for me. My throat tightened. Then I saw the card, folded carefully, in her handwriting. "For when we finally have the night to ourselves." The room felt smaller. Not me. My hands began to shake. This was not imagination. This was not insecurity. This was betrayal. And it had been carefully packed, carefully planned. I placed everything back exactly how I found it. Because I was not going to explode. Not yet. If she wanted to play a game, I would learn the rules first. When she came out of the bathroom wrapped in a towel, hair damp, makeup gone, she looked almost innocent. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "Just tired." But I did not sleep. I stared at the ceiling until dawn. And by morning I had made a decision. I would find out everything. No matter how much it hurt. The next morning she acted normal. Too normal. She hummed while making coffee. Wore one of my favorite soft blue blouses. Smiled like nothing in the world was wrong. Watching her felt surreal. Like living beside a stranger wearing my wife's face. "Any fun stories from the trip?" I asked casually. She froze for half a second. "Just work," she replied. "Meetings. Presentations. The usual." She avoided eye contact. Her phone buzzed. She glanced down. Smiled. That smile again. After breakfast she went to shower. And left her phone on the kitchen counter. Vanessa had always used our anniversary as her passcode. Still did. That detail hurt more than I expected. I unlocked it. My hands were steady now. Calm. Focused. There it was. A message thread. With a man named Ryan Mercer. Not Ethan. Not that name. Ryan. The messages were not subtle. Last night was unreal. I cannot stop thinking about you. Her reply. You were incredible. I miss your hands already. My chest burned. Photos followed. Hotel selfies. Her in that black lace lingerie. Posing. Smiling. Not for me. For him. Each image felt like a punch. But I kept scrolling. They had been meeting for months. Whenever she traveled to Seattle, Austin, Chicago, it was not a mistake. It was a routine. When she stepped out of the shower, I had already placed the phone back exactly where it was. I kissed her on the cheek, said I had errands to run. Then I drove, and parked in an empty lot outside a grocery store. I stared at the steering wheel. Anger, humiliation, rage. But beneath all of it, clarity. I called a private investigator. His name was Daniel Hart. Calm voice, professional. I explained everything. He did not judge, just asked for details. Within days he had more than I imagined. Photos of them at a hotel bar in Dallas. Her laughing, leaning into him, his hand on her thigh. Elevator footage. A kiss. The timestamp showing they entered a hotel room at 11:38 p.m. They did not leave until 8:12 a.m. It was not romance. It was deliberate, calculated. And when Daniel handed me a booking confirmation for a Miami Beach resort 2 weeks away, I understood something clearly. She was not ending it. She was escalating it. That was when I stopped feeling like a victim and started feeling like a strategist. I was not going to scream. I was not going to beg. I was going to end this on my terms. And she would finally see that I was not the naive husband she thought I was. I chose a quiet Thursday night. The air inside the house felt heavy, like it knew what was coming. Vanessa sat on the couch scrolling through her phone, bare legs tucked under her, wearing a loose cream sweater that slipped slightly off one shoulder. She looked beautiful. That was the cruel part. I told her we needed to talk. She smiled softly, concerned but not afraid. Not yet. I placed a thick envelope on the coffee table. Her eyes locked onto it. What is that, she asked. Something I found. I sat across from her, close enough to see the tiny gold flecks in her green eyes. Is there anything you want to tell me, I asked. Her posture stiffened. About what? About Miami. About Ryan. The color drained from her face. I opened the envelope slowly, pulled out the photos, one by one. Her at the hotel bar, his hand on her thigh, their kiss in the elevator. Her breathing became shallow. I can explain, she whispered. Go ahead. It is not what it looks like. That line. That predictable, desperate line. I leaned forward. It looks like you have been sleeping with another man for months. It looks like you planned another trip with him. It looks like you lied to me every single day. Tears filled her eyes. I did not mean for it to happen. Affairs do not just happen, Vanessa. You booked flights. You packed lingerie. You wrote notes. That does not happen by accident. She started crying harder, her shoulders shaking, mascara smudging. He made me feel alive, she admitted. The words hit harder than the photos. Alive. Was I that dull? That replaceable? I stood up. So I was not enough. That is not what I meant, she said quickly. But she could not meet my eyes. Silence wrapped around us. Heavy. Crushing. I pulled out printed screenshots of the messages. Your hands. I miss your body. Counting down the days. Each word read aloud calmly, like evidence in court. Her hands trembled. Please do not do this, she whispered. Do what? End our marriage. I already did, not you. The moment you chose him, you ended it. I watched her collapse back against the couch. Broken. Desperate. But I felt nothing. No rage. No screaming. Just cold certainty. I am filing for divorce, I said. Her head snapped up. No. We can fix this. I will block him. I will quit my job. I will do anything. Anything. That word again. If you would do anything, you would have stayed loyal. She crawled closer, grabbed my hand. Her touch used to calm me. Now it felt foreign. I gently pulled away. I deserve someone who does not need to sneak around hotel rooms to feel alive. Her crying echoed in the living room. But I walked to the bedroom, packed a bag, left the house. As I closed the door behind me, she called my name, voice cracking, begging. But I did not stop, because love without trust is just performance, and I was done being an audience. I stayed at a small hotel outside Boulder. Neutral walls, stiff sheets, silence, the kind of silence that forces you to think. The next morning I met with a divorce attorney named Michael Bennett. Sharp suit, silver hair, direct eyes. I laid everything out. Photos, messages, booking confirmations. He nodded slowly. With this evidence, the process can move quickly. Do you want a fight or a clean break, he asked. For a moment I imagined revenge, public humiliation, financial destruction, but that would tie me to her longer. I want out, I said. Clean. Final. Within weeks the papers were filed. Vanessa did not contest. The affair became public when Ryan's wife discovered everything. Apparently he had told her Vanessa was just a colleague. That exploded quickly. Social media, workplace rumors, damage everywhere. Vanessa lost her promotion. Ryan lost more. But none of that brought me satisfaction. What surprised me was the quiet relief. The house felt different once she moved out. Lighter. I repainted the bedroom, sold the couch, removed every reminder. I started running again. Early mornings, cold air in my lungs, heart pounding for a different reason. Months passed. The anger softened. One evening I sat in a coffee shop downtown, reading, enjoying the calm. That was when I met Claire. She had auburn hair pulled into a messy bun, warm hazel eyes, freckles across her nose. She wore a denim jacket and smiled easily. When she accidentally bumped my table and nearly spilled her drink, she laughed at herself. Sorry, I am a disaster, she said. I smiled. I have seen worse. We talked about books, travel, music, no secrets, no hidden messages lighting up her phone, just presence, real, unfiltered. As we exchanged numbers, I felt something I had not felt in a long time. Hope. Vanessa had betrayed me, yes, but she had not destroyed me. Losing her was not the end. It was the correction. Sometimes the person who breaks your heart also frees you. And as I walked home under the cool Colorado sky, I realized something. The pain had shaped me, but it did not define me. My story did not end with betrayal. It began again with clarity. And this time, I would never ignore the quiet signs. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Visit our channel for interesting and intriguing stories.